Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a fascinating and frankly urgent look at human potential. We're going to explore exactly why we stay stuck in life, how our own minds literally deceive us, and the specific formula the source provides to break free immediately. So if you're ready for a serious wake-up call, let's get right into it. The source hits us right out of the gate with a brutal, simple question. Are you going to stay stuck? Seriously, are you tired of waking up to the exact same routine, staring at the exact same walls, and facing the exact same limitations? Change doesn't happen by accident. It just doesn't happen because we sit around wishing for it. It happens when you hit that breaking point where you look at your life and finally say, okay, no more excuses. It all boils down to this one unavoidable truth. Nothing changes if nothing changes. We often live in this comfortable little bubble, right? Telling ourselves that we'll change someday. But the source is absolutely adamant about this. Things won't change unless you do. That is the fundamental law of life. If you don't take action, you're just going to keep waking up to the exact same reality. Real progress requires definitive, right-now action. Section 1, The Trap of Comfort. Now, the source has a really counterintuitive take on comfort. We usually think of it as a reward or just relaxing, right? But here, comfort is framed as the silent killer of progress. The text explicitly warns us that comfort is where dreams go to die. It's where your ambition fades. It kind of tricks you into thinking you're okay even when you're deeply unfulfilled, trapping you in this suffocating cycle of what-ifs. Look, we avoid change because change is incredibly hard and, well, uncomfortable. It demands a fight. But what we ignore is the hidden pain of staying exactly where we are. The source argues passionately that the pain of staying stuck in a miserable place is actually far greater than the pain of changing. You just have to push through that initial discomfort. Section 2, The Myth of Someday. The source calls out our most common excuses as straight-up lies. I'll start tomorrow. I'll wait until I feel ready. According to the text, the word eventually is just a clever way to justify our own procrastination. There is no perfect time. The world honestly doesn't care if you're tired. Life keeps moving whether you're ready or not, and waiting around for the perfect circumstances just guarantees you'll be waiting forever. So it really comes down to a choice, the temporary pain of discipline or the permanent pain of regret. The struggle of waking up early, doing the hard work, pushing yourself, that's all temporary. But regret? Regret lasts forever. Regret is looking back in 10 years and realizing you had the chance to change everything and you completely missed it. The stars won't align for you. You have to make the move now, especially if you don't feel ready. The world only rewards people who take risks, people who are willing to face their insecurities and just step into the unknown before they have all the answers. Waiting for a magical moment to arrive is basically giving up on yourself. Section 3, Feelings are lying. Okay, here's one of the boldest claims in the entire source. Motivation is a complete lie. The text argues that your mind will always try to take the easy way out. If you wait until you feel motivated to do the hard work, you're going to be waiting forever. You do not need to feel like doing something in order to actually do it. The source outlines this fundamental difference in how people operate when things get tough. Losers dream, complain, and focus on why they can't. Winners, they work, they change their circumstances, and they make progress. It isn't about luck or talent. It is entirely about showing up and refusing to make excuses when things get really hard. Feelings are temporary, but results are permanent. The exhaustion you feel during a workout or the fear you feel when taking a huge risk, those feelings will fade. But the opportunity you pass up because you were scared, that dream dies forever. The achievements you earn or the missed opportunities absolutely outlast the temporary discomfort of the moment. Section 4. Discipline over motivation. The source provides a very specific formula for change. First, you make a single decision. You decide you are done being stuck. Second, you take immediate action, totally regardless of how you feel. And third, only after you take action, momentum and motivation follow. Action has to precede motivation, not the other way around. And that brings us to the exact definition of discipline the source uses. True discipline is the ability to wake up and put in the work, even when every fiber of your being is screaming to stop. Discipline says, I don't care how you feel. Get up and do the work. Because when you learn to act in spite of your fear and exhaustion, you become unstoppable. Champions don't stop when they're tired. They stop when they're done. The source points out this fascinating biological truth. Your mind will actually try to quit long before your body has to. When you think you've given absolutely everything, you still have more left in the tank. You have to actively train yourself to push past those mental limits. This builds right into the immense power of one. The text emphasizes that when you feel like quitting, just do one more. One more push-up, one more mile, one more phone call, one more day of discipline. That single tiny one more is the ultimate separator between average people and great people. It is exactly how the mindset of a champion is built. Section 5. Your ultimate choice. So, it all comes down to a final, uncompromising ultimatum. You can either make excuses or you can make progress, but you absolutely can't do both. Every time you say, I'm too tired or I don't have time, you are actively choosing to stay exactly where you are. Blaming the economy or your circumstances won't change your situation. Taking responsibility will. Let's project this into the future for a second. If you make this single decision to act today, tomorrow instantly looks different. In 5 years, you'll look back at this exact moment with immense pride because you took a chance on yourself. But what if you do nothing? In 10 years, you're going to face the painful realization of wasted time. You'll wonder where the years went, totally haunted by the chances you didn't take. The source completely reframes how we should view failure. Failure is not the enemy, quitting is, excuses are. Failure isn't something to be afraid of, it's just feedback. It's a necessary step on the journey. The text insists that if you aren't failing, well, you simply aren't trying hard enough. The only true failure is giving up before you reach your potential. We're left with this highly direct, provocative challenge. If not you, then who? Someone out there is going to break the barriers. Someone is going to redefine success. And someone is going to turn their dreams into reality. So why can't that be you? If you don't change now, you never will. The choice is entirely yours.